Alrighty, I think we are live. So, g'day guys and girls. Welcome back to the Race Spec Esports. Back to the live stream on the YouTube channel. It's Sunday night, which means it is the RS Leagues night. We're back again for RS3 once again. Very successful live stream last week. We're back again. Last week for Italy. We're here for round 7 here at the Australian Grand Prix. We've got a few more, one more than what we had last week. We had 10 runners last week. Well, we got 11 this week. It's a little bit better than what it was last week, but a few people that have either given it away for RS3 or just Race Spec Leagues general on the Sunday nights, sort of best as we can. To be honest, I wasn't really sure what numbers we were expecting for tonight, but I'll give it to him. It's reasonable, to say the least. But fingers crossed the stream is okay. Might be not okay on my side. We'll wait and see, but hopefully I'm still live streaming, but just let us know as always. Let me know down in the live stream chat if you're watching this, and whether the stream is a-okay. But I've got about 11.5 minutes left to go in this session. Jump aboard here with the Mercedes of Y-Tunes, who was not here last week, but he is here this week, and he sets himself a 20.357 as he just cuts turn 1 there. Of course, that would have been a decent lap time overall. Currently, Yassine, who has had a decent race last time out at the Italian Grand Prix, which, by the way, if you have not seen that, then I urge you to go check it out if you have not seen it, because even though we had 10 runners, it actually turned out to be an entertaining race all round. So hopefully these guys can entertain me for this race as well. And he leads the way, Yassine, in that Red Bull again. I believe he's a reserve driver actually, so Y-Tunes there in position 2 at a 20.3. Jay Nachos at a 20.4. Got Link's Magic there, the Racing Point there in position 4. Got Ambrose Rock 17 in 5th on a 20.68. GeForce TP 20.7. Obviously he joined late in qualifying last week, but he's taking part in the full qualifying this week at the home circuit, because a few of these guys will be home circuit for them. There's Cavudi in 7th and back in the Mercedes again. Looks like he's got front wing damage. Actually quite significant front wing damage by the look of it. We're going to get a better shot through here. There you go. He's missing the tyre left-hand side of the front wing, so not ideal for him. Half King there in position 9. He was on track actually to have a fairly decent result last week, but I've got to spoil it now if you have not seen the Italian Grand Prix. Unfortunately, he binned it in the wall with a couple of laps to go, so wasn't ideal for the Alfa Romeo driver. He's currently at an outlap in position 9. You're Greedy, V2. Of course, recognised that name before. I think I raced him in Tier 2 Pacific last season. But he's a reserve driver in position 10. Currently hasn't set a lap time, and neither has Finn Kelly in the Alpha Tauri. He certainly gave us an entertaining finish with him and Patuca. I've actually forgot to mention him. He's up there now in position 2. A championship leader, like I thought that would be the case. After last week's Italian Grand Prix, which of course we'll get into with the results standings a little bit later on these guys will do their formation lap. Let's see what we got here. So we've got 16 corners around this 3-point-odd kilometre circuit. Just got to remember to bring up my notes here. But 5.3, a little bit over around 5.3 kilometres or 3.296 miles. Like I mentioned, 16 turns, 10 to the right and 6 to the left. So that's a fair share of battles. And big crashes, to say the least. There's a few cars leaving the pit lane. Actually, both Mercedes cars leaving the pit lane. With a big lock-up down there into turn 1. Just let me know in the live chat, guys, whether the stream is actually still going at this point. I think I might be having some buffering issues on my side, or maybe not. If that's the case, then please double check. Might just be an issue on my... He's currently in, obviously, 11th place. At to set a lap time. It looks like the stream might be a little bit laggy. So, yeah, I can only apologise for that. Because that probably might have something to do with the weather we've had recently, of course. But thankfully, I've not been in any one of those areas where it's been worst hit currently in New South Wales. And obviously, our thoughts and prayers go out to all the people that are currently having a few little battles. Well, that's probably the wrong word to say it, but hopefully everybody is staying safe up there in around the sort of the Sydney region up northern New South Wales as well, because seen the rain totals recently. Although some of it's great, the flooding side of it's probably not ideal, to say the least. So, and hopefully everybody is staying safe as well. Finn Kelly put himself up into position 4 with a 20.323. So yeah, maybe the weather might be having something to do with the internet issues as well. So again, I apologise. Might have to suffer with it throughout the whole race. Just a bit under 6.5 minutes yet left to go. So yeah, I've seen only the one in the 119s at the moment. Could we see anybody else maybe going to the 119s? G-Force TP is currently position 3. He's invalidated this lap time, so he might be coming back into the pit lane. Patuka has just left the lane. Jump aboard here with Y-Tunes. Well, Nick's been having a few wheel issues of late. So now he races in Tier 1 of Pacific. He's back this round. Looks like a pretty decent lap time currently. Went purple in Sector 2, but of course that's probably a little bit of a glitch on Cody's side. Does improve. Oh, actually, yeah, it does go up to P3. So, that was a good lap time. Just 5 1,000ths quicker than G-Force TP. So, there's pretty much nothing in it at the moment. Greedy here on the medium compounded tyres. Got told just beforehand, actually, in the chat that he has not done any racing on this game for about 4 months. So, that's probably not ideal. Coming back into the racing side of things after a long break. But we'll see how he goes. He's on the medium compounded tyres. Just taking it nice and cautiously. We might actually jump back with Patuka. Oh, he's actually not too far behind here. So, Link's Magic here. Might be actually finishing a lap time here. Goes to 5th place with a 20.308. There's that other Mercedes, that'll be Y-Tunes, will probably be coming into the lane. Ambrose is on a out lap at the moment, so he'll be about to set a lap time. Only got 4 minutes left to go. Whether these guys can have enough time to maybe set a lap, then come back into the lane or not, or whether they abort this lap, we'll wait and see. Especially for Patuka. It'll be touch and go whether he want to actually set a lap time. That's Greedy in the foreground, actually. He's about to finish a lap time, I think. Probably won't be the quickest time. Of course, the medium compounded tyres don't usually work. Sometimes the first lap around, unless you got the perfect setup. 19.753 for Patuka, so he jumps into second spot. Nice job from him. Current championship leader. And Greedy was a 122.3, so yeah, wasn't a very indicative time at the moment. wonder whether Patuka will be pushing to get into the pit lane here to get see if he can get another lap time here. As Greedy absolutely cuts the turn 3 and 4 section part there. Don't know if you're supposed to technically do that, but so, oh dear, that's not good. That's okay. No, it's never good when Finn actually leaves the session himself. So so just double check here to see if he's had an issue or something, but that's not good for the host. He is the host of this lobby. So hopefully it's giving it to somebody else who has decent-ish internet. Just stand by a minute. It might have to see if he's... Yeah, scene 19428. Oh, well, it's just come up there. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so Finn must have lagged out as Cavuti has retired and looking like it's down at turn 11 and 12. Who's the nearest car? Ambrose might be the nearest car. I don't think he'll have enough time to do a lap, but he's set at 20.136. He's in position 3. As, well, he would have been around here somewhere, I reckon. It's going to be one of the critical stops around, well, when I say not critical stops, critical accident points around this track. That'll be one of the hot spots around here. Other one would probably be around exit of turn 5 and turn 13. I did notice a few people in the Pacific side of things got called out there. So Ambrose, I think that'll be his lap time done and dusted. Greedy also retires in the lane. Who else is on a quick... Anybody else on a fly here? Looks like TP's just about to set his... Well, about to start a lap time, I should say. I doubtful Finn Kelly will be able to get a lap time in now. It'll be too late now anyway, considering he's just rejoined. So these guys giving each other lots of space around here. There's Jay Nacho's there. There's my answer. Finn was obviously retired. So you're seeing looking like the man to beat currently. So 30 seconds left to go in the session. Can anybody knock off the Red Bull driver? I think he's only a reserve driver and he's just thrown it away on that lap and invalidated. So he won't be improving. I think Whitetunes has possibly done the same thing, or he's had a moment actually. Look at the front wing on that Mercedes. So it's definitely not ideal. Right, who else we got? Half King's retired in the lane. So we got GeForce TP, going to be the first runner. Yassine retires, obviously. Hopefully his car does not get it, or gets out of the road. That'll be because this car here, Link's Magic, it'll be very close there, but thankfully his car did pull off to the side. So it's pretty much these three to the left. So GeForce TP, can he go any quicker? Jumps to third, a 19.919. Only two other guys left that can probably beat the... Oh, never... Oh, yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, Whitetunes is... Yep, he's just doing that. So, never mind. The only man that can stop it is Legs Magic! He's on for a spin, and that's his qualifying. Done and dusted. And that's actually a fairly hefty crash. The left-hand side tyres are gone on the racing point. So, looking like Yassine has got pole position here for the Australian Grand Prix. He was on the front row of the grid, I think, last week, from memory. I need to actually... Probably actually should have written some notes beforehand. But anyway, I concur. He'll finish the lap here. Whitetunes obviously won't improve at all. So he stays in position 6 as the Mercedes driver. It was good for Mercedes to... No, sorry, that's in another tier, my bad. So you've seen the Frenchman does get pole position with a 19.428. Then head of Patuka there in position 2 there, championship leader in second. GeForce TP in third. 3 guys only in the 9th. That's Finn Kelly in 8th. Harvey 2 will be starting probably on whatever tyre compound he wants. I've just seen that Patuka's actually left the lobby, so I don't know if he's able to get back in or not. Do I actually have him? I don't think I do. Where's Patuka? Do I have him? I obviously don't, so, oh man. Yes, cancel. So that's not ideal for the championship leader. Literally, obviously having a little bit of a glitch in between the quali and getting ready for the race. So well, no, his car's still in the lobby. As he's rejoined. So get Batuk. So looking at the strategy, obviously top 10, starting on pretty much can start on whatever tire he wants. So doing a little bit something different. So the championship wise, if you're wondering, it's Patuka, like I thought, has taken the championship lead back. He's got 19 points clear of Harry Ryan, who's actually retired from RS3. I did see he's actually racing in the Pacific side of things on Tuesday night, so, and it was a nice result from him in Australia. Nice work, Harry. Finn Kelly is in third on 66 points, and it's White Tunes in position 4. Then it's Nodsty in P5, Aiden in P6, Ambrose in position 7, Yassine in 8th, Chain Game Wow and Nathan Stone Towel, who's not here, in position 10. There's a few guys, obviously, that are either not here or they're either reserves, or sorry, gone back to the reserve side of things. Also got Cavuti in 11th, Geordie in 12th. I think he's gone back to reserve. Traffic Formula is up, obviously being promoted. Half King, 14th. Nachos, 15th. GeForce TP in 16th. And then there's a few others there who are probably not shown up or have moved on side of things. Racing Point currently on top of the Constructors' Championship at 141 points. 19 points clear of Williams on 122. And then AlphaTauri there in position 3, slowly but surely making their way up through the field in third, 93 points. Mercedes on 76 in fourth. McLaren just narrowly ahead on 49 points. Alfa Romeo on 48, and then Haas on 47, so it's pretty close between those three teams. Might be actually beneficiary for Alfa Romeo for this race. Haas in 7th, Ferrari in 8th, Renault in 9th, and then poor Red Bull still on 2 solitary points. Well, of course, you've seen whichever team they are, their points for the Australian Grand Prix is everybody. For the Australian Grand Prix stuff off there, and into turn 1 we go. It's the Renault going very wide as GeForce TP, I think that has gone very wide at turn 1. So he's going to lose a bunch of spots out of all of that. He was actually into going through turn 4. And it's Nachos there, I think, in position 2. And it's Patuka's dropped back to third. There's a battle here as Links Magic and I think Finn Kelly. Thankfully, it hasn't ended badly for Finn, but it has ended badly for Links Magic. So side by side through there, going through turn 5, it is not easy. A virtual safety car has been deployed. He was very lucky, and I think, but look at that, he's got front wing damage. He has, so that'll probably have to be a pin stop, unfortunately, for Links Magic. So we'll see what happens here on this VSC restart. Hopefully it won't be too far away, I should think, anyway. But there's a good start anyway for Yassine. We got a margin of nearly 1.5 seconds over Jay Nachos. As we get back green flag racing, and he's got front wing damage from that. Thankfully he manages to hang on for the time being. Here comes Half King. Trying to go around the outside of Finn Kelly into turn 4. As Greedy has left the session already. I don't know how that is, but side by side going through turn 5. Oh, sorry, turn 4. Oh, White Tunes is gone. He's in the wall. Massive crash there for the Mercedes driver. He's out after 2 laps. Not even 2 laps. 1.2, you could call it. I don't even know. But yellow flag. By the looks of it, no, safety car's not been called, although you never know, might be called late, but we'll wait and see. There's his car. Yep, we are staying green, so oh man, not a Grand Prix. Links Magic's come in, obviously, to put on the soft compounded tyres. And obviously change that front wing. Patuka Also came in as well, because he was in a battle with Wide Tunes, obviously, and also came in. But look at these guys, they're further down the list. As you've seen, sets the fastest lap of the race, the 24.1. He comfortably leads by 2.3 seconds. This is nearly what he was doing last time out at the Italian Grand Prix. Round, it looked like an Italian Grand Prix. Greedy's car's actually come into the pit lane, as he's going to get a front wing change as well. I might actually see if I can get Greedy back if he's still online. Just do a quick one. See if he can... These cars come in for the soft compounder tyres, so that's not ideal for Greedy. What a welcome return back to F1 League racing. Those were short. But you've seen up the front, 3 seconds nearly clear of Jay Nachos. I must apologise as well to Nachos. He was actually asking me about the ERS management. I haven't got back to him yet, so sincerely apologise, mate. I'll probably try and get back to you. I'm not usually the sort of person that sort of, well, knows this sort of thing. So Finn Kelly's ghosting. Is he ghosting? Is he... what is going on here? You're seeing it's... No, was it? Yes, no, it's Nachos gets a 3-second time penalty, so that's the first penalty of the race. I'm not really too sure what's going on here, because it looks like Finn is actually ghosting here. So I've jumped aboard with him here. I don't know whether he's actually got control of the car or not. But he's still behind Half King here. So I'm not really too sure what's going on here. Hopefully he's still racing. We'll probably find out if he's actually left the session. And Ambrose there in position 3, currently in the Williams. He actually had a DNF last week, did Ambrose. Fortunately, he'd copped a penalty for speeding under this virtual safety car. Actually, he was a little bit annoyed, obviously, because, well, he thought more people would actually... And he was the only one that did. He copped the drive-through, and then it didn't go get any better after that. Looks like Finn's actually dropped off a little bit here, so... It's got the DRS open, so see, I might just send him an invite just in case, just to be on the safe side. Apologies as well, there might be a bit of buffering along the way if you just joined the coverage. There's a G-Force TPs around at the final corner. I've done this before as well. Coming around the final corner, just getting on the power a little bit too much here. Can I get a better camera angle, please, Chicago Masters? There we go. So look at that. He's got big front wing damage on the right-hand side there. He goes straight off at turn 1. Hopefully didn't hit the wall then. Actually, he was pretty damn lucky then in the end, but he's still managing to hang on for the time being. Give a good benefit there to Patuka. Of course, probably have to come back in again. Just check something here. I don't know if Greedy's actually rejoined the lobby or not. So, and Link's Magic says the fastest lap of the race now to 23.86. Sector 2 yellow flags. Oh, that'll be for G-Force TP, by the looks of it. So, I think Patuka will take full advantage of this. Apologies for the voice. Be struggling here. So Finn is still holding on just, although his timing's a little bit glitched there. So we'll cut back to this battle here. As you've seen, he's gone. He's literally 5.6 seconds up the road here. Patuka obviously finally gets past G-Force TP as well. There you go. Well, it says Finn Kelly's rejoined, so that might have answered my question. He's left the session again. Has he rejoined again? Hopefully, yeah. Well, it says he has now, so might have been a little glitch there for Finn. I know he's left the session again. Which is a Cody's. I don't know why you keep doing this. Where it says he's joined, he leaves. There you go. See what I mean? That's just annoying, honestly. Yellow flag, Sector 3, that'll be for TP. We'll keep an eye on this battle here. Ambrose is closing into the back here of Jay Nachos. The timing graphics a little bit glitched up here. That'd probably be for Finn probably rejoining. TP gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that's not going to help his race. There's ideal spot for Finn, I think, to rejoin, as he's dropped the spot back to Kavudi. So just ignore the fact that the graphics have glitched a little bit. It'll fix itself once the leaders come through. So TP goes onto the hard compounder tyres, so he should be able to make it to the end of the race. Of course, well, if we had 15 people, all 15 would be scoring points, but we've only got 10 remaining in this race. Of course, White will not be scoring any points, considering he's DNF, but at the moment, all these top 10 at the moment will be scoring points. So there we go, we're just fixing ourselves here. Here goes a battle here, Jay Nachos and Ambrose. A little bit of a shove there. It's a little bit difficult to try to do it around the outside going down into turn 1. Yellow flag sector 3, TP's gone. Let's jump aboard here, he's crashed out there. Just ignore the fact that these cars all over the shop. Virtual safety car again has been deployed. See if we can get a better shot here on the outside. There he is. So that was obviously hard compounder tyres. They're very, very cold on the out lap. And fortunately, he's another casualty of exit of turn 4. So he forgot to mention that as well. Turn 4 was going to probably be another hot spot to keep an eye on. But yeah, another one crashed out there. So 2 DNFs currently in this race. We're down to 9 runners here. Hopefully none of these guys try and speed under the virtual safety car. Hopefully Ambrose has learned from last week. So want to be very, very cautious here to time it rightly as he nearly slams into the back of Nachos. Drive-through penalty for Link's Magic for speeding under the virtual safety car. So he has not taken any tips from Ambrose from last week. So now he's going to have to do a drive-through. Ambrose putting a bit of pressure here. Oh, my word. Half King came from absolutely nowhere. What kind of brake pedal was he got in this Alfa Romeo? Blimey, heck. And he's in this battle. It's now become a 3-way fight now for position 2 and 3 and 4. Keep an eye on Kavudi as well down there in the Mercedes. He won't be too far away from catching this group. The way you overtake. He's trying to go around the outside, goes Ambrose. If he can hold it here, there's a little bit of contact, but Ambrose does get the move done. Again, I probably wouldn't recommend using the overtake button during the slow corners through here, Nachos, if I were you, but he's turning it off now. But he's lost the spot now to Ambrose, who probably should start to pull away. Meanwhile, Yassine's nearly built out a 10-second gap. Well, it's 9 seconds now between he and Ambrose. And while Half King will try and put a pressure here on Nachos. Kavudi, 3-second time penalty. Just trying to having a little check there at what Half King where he finished last week. I think he DNF'd out of the race like late on, but of course he did complete the whole 90% of the race, so he did get some points. So it was P7 last week. So slowly on the improve is Half King, as it looks like Nachos is in as well as Half King, so he's going to try and follow him here. See how much ground he makes up here down into the pit lane. Nachos, a 5-second penalty. So you can try and take advantage. Or you can absolutely throw it away. And I think Nachos is pretty much, well, nearly thrown it away there. Because the speed limit here, I think, is 60k, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. So you got to make sure the difference on the speed limit is around in the different countries. Because, of course, some tracks will be 60k, some tracks will be 80k. Here comes Patuka. He's already done 7 laps on these medium compounder tyres. He might try and take advantage of this while Half King's got the on cold medium compounder tyres, but he just hangs on for now. And so Nachos has gone on to the hard compounder tyres, so he should be comfortable to make it to the end here. Half King, you can do soft to medium around here, but I thought you maybe would have pushed a little bit longer to make soft to medium work, because I think the medium tyres will probably struggle a little bit later on here. But he can take advantage while he's got the chance before probably Nachos will start to catch back up a little bit later on. It's on the hards. It's Half King. So Sadak gets a 3-second time penalty. As a race leader is in. So he gets it nice and slow down there in the Red Bull. So what tyres he's going to go on? Looks like the mediums. No, they'll take that back. The hard compounder tyres. So that'll give Ambrose the race lead here. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a few guys try soft to hard, but I wouldn't be surprised if anyone tries soft to medium. So he goes hards, does Kavudi. Away he goes. So Yassine will obviously comfortably come out in front. He drops just in behind Finn Kelly. There's that AlphaTauri there. Those two did come together last time out. There's Nachos, and there's Half King, and there's Kavudi. He'll probably drop in behind a Batuka there in the racing point. There's the ghost car of Greedy, who has obviously decided not to rejoin us. I don't know why, considering he was online, or whether he's actually got internet issues, I'm not entirely sure. But so now we just wait on the two guys in front here to make their pit stop. Probably Link's Magic and probably both the racing points actually will probably have to stop again. So we'll wait and see what goes on there. So there goes Half King up the inside. Thought about it, but oh, that's a bit of a lag moment on my screen. Might be a few moments. We're trying to see here what's going on. Finn Kelly is now in the lane. So he's going to go the hard competitor tyres as well. So he'll drop back out in 7th position here. Again, apologies if there's a few little buffering issues along the way. Like I said, it's a little bit of wet weather around my place. Not as bad as what some parts of New South Wales have cops, but it might be affecting, it usually does sometimes, internet speeds around here. Hopefully it's not just me that's been having this sort of thing. We'll try and get back here. This battle here for 4th as Nachos gets another 3-second time penalty. So he's building up the penalties like he was last week. So now we just wait on when Ambrose will pit. I think it would not be too far away here. So you say that, he's just coming in now. So Sector 3, Half King's gone. He's out of the race. There's his crashed car. Again, another virtual safety car. Finn goes very wide, actually. There's his car. There's the Half King's car. That's a big crash there for the Alfa Romeo. So another driver has binned it here at the Australian Grand Prix in the first car at the exit of turn 12. So we're losing drivers right, left, and centre. We're going to have any more left after this. Batuka's going to take advantage of this. Why not? But just as I said, obviously the virtual safety car pretty much left, so there's Gritty's ghost cars also come into the lane. And Ambrose obviously back onto the medium compactor tyres. He's got 8.4 seconds to catch up to Yassine up in front here. Doing it pretty nicely at the moment. What the heck was that? What did I just see there? Just trying to work out what happened there, but it might have been just a bit of a moment there. So Greedy's cars come back out on the hard competitor tyres. Link's Magic, of course, will probably be the only one left to do another stop because he went to the soft competitor tyres again. So they're pretty much in no man's land at the moment. So pretty much everybody is phased out currently. The gap will close down a little bit between the top two currently, but of course the medium tyres probably won't have too much grip left later on. And the hard competitor tyres will come on stronger later in the race, so that's probably why the majority of these guys might have gone this route. .9 seconds this gap. And this is pretty much the closest battle we've got currently. A little bit sideways there for the Red Bull. Don't need to do anything silly here. Just needs to keep it nice and calm. Got a comfortable margin at the moment to this man behind, Ambrose. Nachos is there, thereabouts as well. See, he's managed to stave off that battle with the Half King, who of course has now crashed out and has now just left the session. Lynx Magic has now come into the pit lane. I would assume that we'll be going on to the mediums to get to the end. But he's pretty much in no man's land. Obviously, Greedy's car will go by for 7th, but should reclaim that position. I don't think Greedy's car... Oh, he won't be classified, obviously, because his car is a ghost car. He's back out in position number 8, currently. Still Yassine and leading the way. Pretty much on his own here. 7.3 seconds back to Ambrose. That gap is slowly but surely coming down. There's Nachos there, pretty much in 3rd place. Then Kavudi there, right behind in Mercedes in 4th. You'll be able to just see the AlphaTauri just coming onto the front straight now. That's Finn Kelly in position 5. And Patuka here, of course, is on fresh mediums. Starting to close in here on pretty much his nearest championship rival. You take away Harry Ryan from the championship standings. Then you got Greedy's car there in position 7 there. And Lynx Magic obviously in position 8. 3 dead F's being Half King, G-Force TP and Y-Tunes. Doing it nice and comfortably at the moment as the Red Bull driver. Let's just have a look at the the penalty situation. So, Nachos 11 seconds. Of course, one of those is a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and the other 2 are 3-second time penalties. Kavudi there, only other driver that's got a penalty so far. I'm surprised at the moment no one else has got penalties at this stage. Usually this is a track you can rack up a few penalties. See the move. Well, I see the moves and shakers of this grid so far. So, biggest move has actually been Kavudi in position 4 there. He's up 6 spots. The Indian driver. We got 4 spot, obviously for Greedy, but of course he's not here. 3 spots up for Finn Kelly, and up 2 spots for Ambrose and Nachos. And the biggest loser, obviously, G-Force TP down 7 spots. Y-Tunes down 5. Patuka down 4. You would think he'd close back into the back of Finn Kelly. Like I said, the medium compounded tyres, while they've got the grip, you've got to take advantage of them while you've got them. Otherwise, you will start to suffer later on, and the hard compounded tyres will phase in a lot better later in the race. Nacho's 3-second time penalty, and I think somebody else got a penalty. It might have been Kavudi, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just have a look. No, it was only just Nachos there, so 14 seconds now worth of penalties for him. Man, that gearing gearbox glitch is very prevalent, isn't it? Patuka now 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help in his cause here with his nearest rival, of course, Finn Kelly. So after this weekend, we move to the Bahrain Grand Prix for both RS and the regional leagues. Should be a very interesting track. Usually you want a bit of low downforce, I think, for Bahrain. This track is sort of, well, it's sort of in between a little bit. Like, it's got a few straights around here. But of course, you'll probably need a bit of downforce for the corners as well. There's a few around here. Nothing too much is going on at the moment. That's just weird. I had this funny feeling that something like this was going to happen. Obviously, the amount of drivers here and 7.6 seconds. The gap between Yassine and Ambrose. So the gap is closed. And it's Cavudi in fourth. A little bit shortly closing into Nachos. Finn here calls this points between these two currently in the championship standings. I think Finn may jump into second spot in the championship after this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Got to remember the point situation, the point system for this season. I didn't actually quite remember it off the top of my head there. So there's Link's Magic finally clearing the ghost car of Greedy. And those gearbox glitches happening right, left and centre. Yeah, love to see it. Again, I apologise if this is certainly not entertaining. These probably last few laps here, but there's pretty much nobody close, not really much happening close proximity. And so it's been sort of a little bit disappointing, really, if I'm honest. We'll see what happens here with Patuka. This might be the only battle we see for the rest of this race. You never know. That might change. He needs to keep scoring those solid points as well to keep maintaining this championship lead. Got the DRS now on the back of the AlphaTauri. Using every single bit of road here. Now, once he gets past Finn, he's got to get build that gap to 3 seconds as well with the penalty that he's got. So he won't be doing any moves here. You can tell the difference between both the Honda engine and the Mercedes engine, can't you? With the downshifts every time. What do they always call the Honda engine? The sort of rubbish engine or something? On the downshifts. It was very weird to say the least, but he might go for a move. Cavudi, another 3-second time penalty, I believe. That's not the wrong way. Yes, it is. So that's 6 seconds now for him. Meanwhile, back to this battle here. Doesn't quite get the run he wanted off turn 11 and 12. And it's a bit tricky where to find a good passing spot. You probably try for one down there, but of course, I think the main ones would probably be either before turn 1 or before turn 3. So to wait and see what he's got here. So, he gets a little bit sideways coming off the exit corner there, does Patuka. So he doesn't quite get the run here. Then for turn 1. I'm going to try and get a good run here. He's not really quite close enough here. You see he's using the overtake button a little bit, but not really quite close enough here for a move. So I'll have to play just a bit patiently. Only lap 19 of 29. You're seeing still leading the way comfortably. That gap's actually started to increase a bit. 8.3, 8.2 seconds between he and Ambrose. That's a great shot, isn't it? Then another 8 odd seconds back to Nachos. Cavudi is slowly but surely closing that gap to third. At this rate, if it was to sort of stay like this, rough the gaps wise, he would get a podium. And this battle is still going on here for 5th and 6th. Like I said, this might be the only battle, folks, you may be seeing for this rest of this race. Again, I apologise if the racing is not probably what you expected. I mean, this is probably what you expect when you have low numbers in a tier anyway, so you'd sort of say it's a little bit disappointing for some drivers who, I mean, they obviously sign up. I think the boss made a good point about this, that if you pretty much sign up for a full time, and then obviously there's obviously the RS leagues, it's pretty much all the regional leagues put into one sort of thing, so like Pacific, Euros and Americas. I might be ranting a little bit here. Here we go for a try. Patuka trying to go around the outside. I can't tell where he is. You get a good drive out of here, might try and hang it. They give each other space. It's good racing, but you have to settle in for now. There's Batuka, but he's all over the back of that AlphaTauri. He might have to bide his time a little bit more, but yeah, obviously when you're not fully committed, why did you even sign up in the first place as a full-time driver? I mean, did see there's some drivers, obviously they signed up as a full-time driver, but obviously they didn't realise the different the time zone sort of thing, so it probably rocked them about a little bit. So yeah, there was a little bit of talk about, like, numbers-wise, like, because I mean, if some people didn't turn up for, if full-time drivers didn't turn up for races, then obviously they'll be, well, for a certain number of races, and obviously they'll probably be losing their full-time seats. And yeah, what more can you say, really? There's probably a little bit even talk about RS4, maybe a few RS4 drivers possibly, or even merging both the tiers, both RS3 and RS4 together. So you have to probably keep an eye out for that one. But we just want to see more drivers on the grid. Like nearly what I saw in Pacific Tier 3. Like, there was a lot more drivers then. There was like 15 or 16 drivers. I mean, the whole race then was entertaining, to say the least. So, I mean, you got to probably have a look at yourself if you're certainly a full-time driver. You don't know the risks. Well, not, is that the right word? No. When you don't know the time, we sort of don't know the time zones, and yeah. Anyway, rant over for the time being. Here goes Batuka, trying to go for a move at turn 9. A little bit of contact between these two. They're going to go side by side here. Let's go for an outside shot here. Who's going to yield going down into turn 11? I think it's the AlphaTauri, so Finn will settle in behind for now. And of course, he's got the DRS this time around. So let's see whether he fights back here on Batuka. He does. Oh, my word. He nearly put it in the wall there, did Finn. Goes around the outside. Batuka gets another 3-second time penalty. They're still going side by side. How did that not end up in the wall? I seriously do not know that. I seriously do not know that. And without even the front wing damage there. So that is very, very lucky. That didn't end badly there for both those guys. But in the end, Batuka's now got position 5, and Finn Kelly's now got 6th. And the penalties-wise, it's now 6 seconds worth for Batuka, so he's got to build a 6-second gap over Finn to maintain 5th spot. Oh, Batuka! He's in the wall! Oh, safety car. Here we go. Now, this might spice things up a little bit here. I literally was on board with Finn Kelly when the moment when it happened. So, unfortunately for the championship leader, I thought it was going to be a solid day. It's going to be 0 points. So that gap might close up a bit after this weekend. So we'll wait and see. Let's see what everyone is going to do here. So, Yassine, race leader, is in. I would assume everybody would come in and chuck on a set of softs to the rest for the end of the race. That's correct. You've seen onto the soft compounded tyres. Is Ambrose taking nice and cautiously. There is. Okay. Nacho's a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Oh, Kavudi, what's happened here? He must have had a moment coming into the pit lane, maybe? I don't actually know that, but he's absolutely bottled it, and he's gone. Obviously, he's had to continue on here, so that's not ideal for the Mercedes driver. I'm assuming he would have preferred to come in for a pit stop, but that's not the case. He's going to stick it out on the hards. Probably a wrong idea. I'd say if it was later on in the race, I'd probably say, yes, you can do it, but anyway, we'll wait and see. So Nachos has now gotten rid of his 5-second penalty, but he's still got 12 seconds worth of penalties up his sleeve, so that's definitely not ideal for later on. Finn obviously come in for a set of softs. Link's Magic, of course, Batuka's teammate. I would assume he's going to come in for softs. And yes, he is. Well, Greedy's AI car is going to continue on, obviously in position 6. So we'll wait and see. This spices things up. I don't know whether Kavudi will come in or not. I mean, just to finish my rant, obviously we want to see close racing, but I mean, probably won't see close. I mean, you never know. There's 7 people left in this race, so and I don't know. I've spoken to commentators in the past that have said usually 10 or less than 10 runners is not really great, especially for live stream sort of thing, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's certainly not. I'm tending to sort of agree with them a little bit. It probably is not a great show, to say the least. I was a bit unsure whether I should actually live stream this race, if I'm completely honest. Because of the lack of numbers. So yeah, who knows? We'll wait and see. You know, maybe we'll get more people next week. Fingers crossed. Hopefully more than 11. If I can set a target of 15, I might be happy for next week. But anyway, we'll wait and see. Or even full 20. I'm probably asking a bit too much there, but we'll wait and see. But again, apologies about the live stream. It might be a few little issues. Like I said, look, probably the weather has probably got something to do with that as well. So can only apologise. So at the moment, this is what it stands currently. Nacho's obviously come back in for another set of soft competitor tyres. Not sure what he's done that for. He's on the freshest set of soft competitor tyres. So ignore Greedy, obviously, because his car's an AI car. So it's pretty much, well, there's only 6 runners left, really, isn't there? So Yassine is currently the race leader. He's pretty much had the dominant lead all race and looking on track to win the Australian Grand Prix. There's Kavudi in second spot. They're not entirely sure whether he actually wanted to come into the pit lane and chuck on a set of soft competitor tyres, or whether he made an error coming into the pit lane and he's going to have to stick it out on the hard competitor tyres. But he's going to be probably screwed a little bit here, because everyone behind him is on fresh softs. Being Ambrose in P3, Finn in P4. Ignore Greedy's car, he's position 5. Nacho's in 6th, and Link's Magic in 7th. Now, obviously, these two, they'll probably be a little bit annoyed, because you can't pass anybody under the safety car until the green flag. So they're going to have to stick it behind here, and it is annoying, I've got to say. If somebody is lagged out of the session here, then obviously you can't get past here. Might be able to do it sneakily, but not usually sometimes. So safety car is leaving the field now, is coming back into the pit lane, so we should have a restart very shortly here. Be careful that there's not any issues here. So you can just see the 2 guys behind, how much time they're losing to this group here. So we'll wait and see. Safety car's in the pit lane. Is it going to be cleared? The looks of it, they've gotten away with it here. So we're back green flag racing. Lap 25 of 29. Yassine leads the way. Got a good margin off that restart there over Kavudi, who's hanging on for the time being in P2, but for how much longer? We'll see the guys behind that have got stuck behind Greedy. They've got Nachos. Goes for a big dive bomb up the inside on Finn Kelly. That was a risky one. That one possibly will maybe looked at. Finn Kelly now gets a 3-second time penalty. Literally, Nachos just centered down the inside. Whether he could have bottled his time or not, I'm not 100% sure, but he's got a ton of penalties now. He's got another 3-second time penalty. Whoa, that was a big dive bomb, but Yassine pulling away. 1.5 seconds. You can see the difference. Hard competitor tyres to soft competitor tyres. Kavudi tried to squeeze out Ambrose, but unfortunately no success. Soft rubber compared to hard rubber, you can tell the difference, can't you? Especially with the drive off the corner there. Here goes Nachos. He's trying to take full advantage. Yes, as he nearly gets a little bit of drama with Kavudi, but manages to avoid it as he's run out of ERS, obviously. Because obviously you got an amount of ERS a lap. If you obviously use that green bar too much, obviously Kavudi for too much longer, I would think. But obviously use it cautiously. Don't probably use it through. If I have any tips for Nachos, don't use it going through the corners. On the exit, you can a little bit. But during the slow corners, I probably would not recommend it. Here he goes down the inside. Can he pull it up? Just no is the answer. So he loses that spot there. That was probably a risky one there, going for a big dive bomb there, but it hasn't paid off. Oh, look at the grip. There's a little bit of contact there. Not sure whether there was any front wing damage or what, but might affect Nachos' driving style a little bit here. He's got to settle down here. He's on the quicker rubber. Obviously on a guy that's on hard combat size. Look at this chopper shot. He's losing spots right, left, and center. Here is Nacho. He's back down to 6th spot because he's lost spots to Lynx Magic and Finn Kelly. Now these two are going to go side by side here. Cavuti hanging on for dear life. For a podium position here. Yet again, I'm going to be left with no voice for the rest of this race. Typical stuff from me. So not sure what's happened here with Nachos. But he's actually got front wing damage, so that might explain a little bit why he's lost so much ground there. So he'll be struggling with a lot in the slow corners here. Especially if you can probably tell which corner it is that he's... what corners that he goes through, he's really struggling. Look at this. Nah, that probably would explain it. He's having to struggle through right-handers, it looked like. He's got even more front wing damage. Here goes Finn down the inside for a podium. And I think he's got it. Yes, he has. Now Lynx Magic will take advantage of this as well. He might be in for a shot for a podium because, of course, Finn Kelly's got a 3-second time penalty. Up the inside. There might have been contact there between the racing point and Finn Kelly, and Finn's lost 2 spots out of all of that. So that might be another one they might look at after the race. Well, the stewards, I should say, may look at after the race. There's going to be a few headbangings, I think, for the rest of this one. I'm not looking forward to reading this chat after this race, that is for sure. Now Lynx is obviously pulling away now. Now see if Finn can close this gap to Cavuti once again. Should get the DRS, I would think, on this lap. He turns off his ERS here. Goes for a move down into turn 11. That's a risky one, Finn. That's a risky one. You should have waited. You should have waited till the next DRS straight. And he's thrown away a pretty decent result there for Finn. That was, in my opinion, obviously don't have to agree with it, but he should have waited till the DRS straight. He would have easily had him going down to turn 13. And that's thrown away probably a top 4 result for Finn. Meanwhile, up front, it's 5 seconds now, the gap between Yassine and Ambrose. So, unless Yassine does anything silly here, he's pretty much got this one in the bag, and I think he will get the fastest lap extra bonus point as well. This Nachos has come into the pit lane to replace that front wing. Yes, he is, and chuck on another set of soft compound outside, so he might go to the fastest lap of the race. So we have to keep an eye. There might be an asterisk on these race results for later in the race, so we'll see. Lynx probably might have a question mark on his name for afterwards. Probably the same can be said for Nachos. We'll have to wait and see whether any of these guys will put anybody in the stewards afterwards. But Ambrose actually got front wing damage. Where's he done that? He must have done it on one of the left-hand corners. Somewhere along the line, because you look at the amount of time he's losing back to Lynx Magic. But you're seeing about to set off now for the last lap here at the Australian Grand Prix. 6-second margin over Ambrose. Might come under attack from Lynx Magic. Remember, like I said, Ambrose has got front wing damage. You can see the left end plate there is missing on the Williams car, so he might come under attack later on in this race. I think Lynx has got the DRS for this one, so you might have to wait till the next one. And he'll be struggling with the Williams car. Keep an eye on this battle here. You can probably tell the difference. We'll jump aboard with Lynx. Probably tell the difference between the two drivers. You see where he's losing a lot of time. It's probably going to be through right-handers, I would think. Pretty much similar to what Nachos had a little bit earlier on. You can just tell the difference, can't you? In straight line speed. Turn 13 is probably one of the last chances for Lynx Magic. Oh, there was a little bit of contact. He was that close to the back of Ambrose. It was probably a risky move there. It might have cost him a chance for a second spot here. Well, again, with a question mark, or an asterisk, I should say. I don't know if you've got to send it down the inside here into the final couple of corners here. But it's going to be Yassine here. He's going to win the Australian Grand Prix. Very dominant victory in the end. It'll be an interesting battle here to see who finishes second and third. I think Ambrose will hang on for the time being in second spot. over Link's Magic there. Great result for him. Actually, Greedy, well, yeah, will be Cavuti who finishes 4th, because Greedy obviously did not finish the race, or disconnected, so his car won't be classified. Finn Kelly will come home in 6th spot. And we just wait on the Haas car, who's further down the road here. It's about 21 odd seconds behind the nearest car. And we'll come across the line to finish with 7 runners out of 11. Maybe a little bit entertaining towards the end of the race. Okay, somehow driver of the day's gone to Greedy, even though he was disconnected. So, GG's, Cody's. Gotta love it, don't you? That's a great drive in the end for Yassine. He's obviously been knocking on the door for a race victory. He's had a couple of podiums in the last couple of, well, in Belgium and in Italy, obviously the last round, but now he's got the race win. And this will definitely vault him up the standings a bit as well. So we'll have a look at the final race results here. So it's Yassine who takes the win, pole position, fastest lap, and the win, pretty much. So takes the triple there, so very nice job from him. Ambrose comes home in position 2. Link's Magic there in position 3. Might be a question mark on his name for afterwards. We'll wait and see. Greedy, well, he won't be classified, obviously, in position 4. It'll be Cavuti in P4. Finn Kelly in position 5, and Nachos in 6th. And then, obviously, the Greedy with the disconnect, and then it'll be Patuka, Half King, G-Force TP, and Y-Tunes all DNFing from this race. Well, hopefully you were somewhat entertained, guys and girls. Again, apologies if the stream was a little bit all over the shop. A little bit. Again, like I said, the weather has played maybe a bit of havoc around here, so that probably has affected my streaming capabilities a little bit. So, again, I can only apologize. But you can't help with these sort of things anyway. So, hopefully you were entertained. Fingers crossed. Like I probably said this time last week, but fingers crossed we can get more than 10 or 11 drivers each week. So we'll wait and see. But smash the like button if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe to the Race Spec Esports channel if you haven't already. In about under 20 minutes, actually, you'll be able to check out the RS1 tier with, of course, the big boss plebs. So, yeah, big tune in for that one. It'll be an interesting battle to see what goes on there. And obviously, it was very entertaining all around last time out at the Italian Grand Prix, I was told. Obviously, RS2, I would assume, is finished by now, but if it hasn't already, you can go check it out. And any of the other streams are going on at the exact same time. So we'll get out of here, if I can actually get out of here very quickly. So, yeah, we'll be back again, hopefully, next week at the same time at 8 o'clock, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Probably should know the other times off the top of my head, but I don't. It's about like 9 p.m. or something. No, well, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time is like 9 a.m. in the eastern side of things, sort of thing. So, yeah, you keep an eye on that one. But I'll be back hopefully on Tuesday for the regional leagues in Pacific for Tier 3. We'll be going to Bahrain, like I said. Both like the regional and the RS leagues will be back at Bahrain for next time out. So I'd be sure to tune in for that one. Links down below, as always, for the social channels if you want to go check us out on Race Spec Esports on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as there's a link to the Discord if you want to come and join this league. Doesn't matter what capability, well, what's the word, right? What whether you use no assist or assist or whatnot, you can come and join. We'll put you in a tier, maybe in RS3. You never know, but yeah, we'll wait and see. Fingers crossed, hopefully, like I said, we get a bit more than 10 and 11 or 11 drivers like we did, because hopefully we can have a bit more entertaining racing. Not that it takes anything away from the guys that come in here week in, week out, but hopefully we can have a bit more commitment from a few other drivers, or some drivers may get elevated. We'll have to sort of wait and see. But yeah, Yassine takes the victory here for the Australian Grand Prix. And yeah, until the next time, which will be probably this time next week, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next week.